Shut when you think about it.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, and welcome to my beauty entertainment channel. Absolutely. So let's do the whole intro thing. I'm sitting on a pillow because my couch is being very strained, and this couch is actually like it's a very comfortable couch, but not to film videos upright like this. This couch is more comfortable laying down. You don't care. Anyways, if you would like to follow me on social media, here is my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok. Yeah, fun times. If you would also like to see more of me, see more vlogs, see more like sporadic thoughts, as well as see me play The Sims, or join our book club, I have a Patreon. You can check that out. The link will be right here. This month we're reading Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. Loved Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl. So I'm very excited to read this book. The book club meeting will probably be at the beginning of next month, I think. But yeah, do a lot of fun stuff on there, post vlogs, post daily thoughts, stream The Sims, etc., etc., and etc. So recent videos, let's see, because it's only been like a week and a half. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. I posted a Let's Talk New Releases, talking about new products that I did get during the Sephora sale, but I'll talk about that in a different video probably. And then before that, I posted a video talking about the influencer pay gap, and then the video before that was me talking about the sex lives of college girls. So let me drink some water because I'm gonna talk. If you couldn't tell already from my bonnet and my robe, we have another installment of the Everyone is Bothering Me series. So in case you're new to my channel, I started this series an amount of years ago that is escaping me, possibly four years ago. That's bonkers. Possibly 4 years ago. And basically when I create videos, I come up with a topic and I write it down in my notes app, and I just start writing my thoughts like throughout the day, throughout the week regarding that topic. And for one video back in 2021 or 2020, whenever this was, I just had too many things to say. And I was like, I don't feel like making 15 different videos. So I decided to just put it all into one video about everything that's been bothering me. So I've been collecting everyone and everything that has been bothering me over the past like 2 weeks, and I'm here to discuss them right now. This is going to be incredibly chaotic. If you haven't watched any of my Everyone is Bothering Me before this is going to be chaotic, and I'm going to be bouncing all over the place, but that is the point of these videos, for me to get my frustrations out, because things really bother me in this world. And so every once in a while I come to this camera in this room with my precious robe and my babbler bonnet to discuss. It's even on my phone. I don't even have it on my computer this time. That's how dire. And the first thing is the most dire. The first thing is possibly the most dire, most like important thing I'm gonna talk about is fucking AI. I want to be left alone. I want to walk out in the world. I want to open my phone. I want to turn on the television without being harassed by artificial intelligence. And let me be perfectly clear. I know the world is moving towards a certain whatever. We got to get up to date with technology. The shit AI that I'm looking at is literal shit. Everything you guys keep throwing at me saying, oh, look how cool this is. Look how, it's all shit. That's the Instant Pot. I'm cooking goat. Yeah. Everything that I'm seeing is shit. Nothing about AI helped me do this. It all looks bad. AI drew this picture. It looks bad. It looks terrible. I can tell that AI drew it because it looks terrible. But we are losing. It's not even a point of losing recipes. The books are not being written anymore because you guys are asking ChatGPT to write them. The books aren't being written. You can't burn books that don't exist. That's where we currently are right now. Let's first discuss how my favorite social media app at all time has been commandeered by the nicest word I can call Elon Musk is a fascist, who's hell-bent on making, what the fuck is grok? What is grok? What is that, and why can I not avoid it at any personal cost? He decided to ruin my favorite app, and I am not on Twitter as much as I used to because, one, you cannot scroll 2 scrolls on that app without being bombarded by right-wing propaganda. But then I'm also terrified that he's using my comedy, my jokes, my intimate thoughts to help fuel whatever AI scheme he's got conjured up. I can't, and I deeply resent the fact that once that man bought that up, Twitter became a dumpster fire of absolute nonsense, because it's very, Twitter to me, I use it for a different purpose than TikTok. And Twitter is so unique in how you're able to share information. TikTok, you can share information quickly as well, but with Twitter, you're limited a lot more to how much you can say, for better or for worse. And it's just the community that I've created on there, the mutuals that I have. Now I'm just reminiscing about how Twitter used to be. So another thing that's bothering me is how Twitter is not what it used to be, and we can never return to it because of this fucking demon. He sold Twitter to himself through his AI company. I don't know anything about the law. I don't know anything about the law. Never claimed to. I was told I'd be a good lawyer because I argued a lot, but I was like, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do any of that. Is that not illegal? I don't know what makes it illegal. That sounds illegal to me. And you're ruining my favorite social media app. So 2 illegal things are currently happening at once. So what I've been seeing on Twitter, I made a tweet because every once in a while I'll go on Twitter and I'll see something so egregious I have to tweet about it. So you guys are one. Let's start with teaching artificial intelligence African-American vernacular English. Let's start with wanting to have chat. Okay, I have to see where I'm gonna start here, because I think you guys really need friends. And it's been something that I've seen on Twitter and on social media for a very long time. People are really desperate for community, really desperate for friendships, and they're, for whatever reason, not able to get that in real life, not able to find community in real life. So they turn to the internet. That's what the internet has been for the past, as long as the internet has ever existed. But now we're getting to a point where we're no longer even turning to real people on the internet. We're turning to ChatGPT. So much so that, because ChatGPT is not being friends with you in the way that you want, you would teach it AAVE so it can be the friend that you want. Besides the whole, like, you're doing its work, like normally AI would just like sit and take shit from us to figure out how to talk like us. You're literally feeding it. You're cutting out the entire middleman. You're doing the work for it. Besides that whole point, that's really fucking sad. People are on, so I thought the whole like using ChatGPT as a therapist was a joke. I was in full, I was like, oh, you guys are just joking. There's like, okay, ha ha ha. I don't see what's really funny, but like, ha ha ha. Not a joke. Very real. Therapy is expensive and therapy is not accessible whatsoever. And there's nothing else I can say to that. That's a completely true fact of life. Turning to ChatGPT is not the answer. What exactly is ChatGPT going to do for you and your mental health? Like, BetterHelp is shit, but let's bring BetterHelp. Actually, we should not bring BetterHelp back under any circumstances, but both are bad. What exactly are you gaining? This is the thing, because I'm saying things like, what exactly are you gaining? A friend? But I want you to ask yourself, I want to challenge you. I think ChatGPT is taking the easy way out. The reason why I say that is because it is difficult to find community, especially if you're not in an area where there's like-minded people to you. However, ChatGPT is not real. ChatGPT has never been real. No matter how much purposeful and dedicated delusion you may have, ChatGPT will never be real. So when I'm seeing things like people using ChatGPT as a therapist and teaching it AAVE in order to make it a better friend to them, it's seeming like you want the concept of a friendship without the actual I hate using Twitter, bum's favorite word, but accountability. It seems, I know, I actually know the definition of accountability. You guys don't. Not you guys, but them, they don't. It seems like you want like the idea, the concept of a friendship without the actual having another person behind that. And that also goes into this whole, it's not a trend, but just like sayings of like, you don't owe anybody anything, friendships are blah, all the things people have been saying about friendship for the past like 4 years, which makes no sense and are not things that you say if you value and uphold relationships in real life. All of that stuff kind of coincides with that, because you guys want a friend or a sounding board. From the way you're so easily turning to ChatGPT, it seems like you want a sounding board, and that's why you find comfort in ChatGPT. So this bothers me. What also bothers me is the fact that therapy is not accessible. And so, but I also want to challenge that, because I don't think this is any better, and I don't think this is doing anyone any service whatsoever. And then we're not even at the children. We're not even at the children. Don't know how to do college without ChatGPT. I saw TikTok and I thought it was a joke. ChatGPT crashed during the last final season. I thought, you know, the girls make jokes, and I was like, oh, like chat crashed in the middle of my finals. I can't do my final. Oh, ha, ha, ha. They were dead fucking serious. They were dead fucking serious. This brings me to my next point. Where is the curiosity and desire to learn new things? That is what college is supposed to be for. Is that the actual like practice of a college education? No, unfortunately not. But when you have something that does the work for you, you lose all of the fun in figuring it out yourself. A part of like having a research question and trying to figure out the answer to that question is doing deep dives, is doing random deep dives, is going into resources, going into sources, and figuring out what other people have said about this topic and using that to formulate and come up with your own point. I don't like to write, but writing is very, very necessary, and especially in the field that I'm in, it's vital to the continuation of our like medical health and any health. I'm just getting very sad. I don't understand I don't understand what it means when like you can't take finals without ChatGPT. I don't understand what we're talking about when we're saying things like, how do you survive college without ChatGPT? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean like that. Like, I really don't know what you mean by that, because I don't understand what you're currently doing. What is ChatGPT doing for you that you can't do for yourself? Why do you have such little faith in yourself and your abilities that it's easier to turn to ChatGPT is not foolproof, to turn to that instead of your own brain and intellect? Why do you have such little faith in your ability to source information properly that you'd rather have this application do it for you? Why are you so uncurious about what you're trying to research and find out more information about, or about what you're literally majoring in, that you don't care to learn it? You care to turn that curiosity, that deep diving, to this non-foolproof application. I'm very taken aback. I'm very, very, very scared. I'm very scared. I have to be 100% honest. And then I'll clock my own people. What do you mean you're using ChatGPT to write admission essays, to write medical school essays, to write residency application? I don't know. None of these concepts make any sense to me whatsoever, but particularly this last idea that you have nothing to write about. What a residency application essay, for example, is talking about yourself. You can't talk about yourself. You need chat to do it for you. There is nothing about you that is interesting enough or captivating enough that you feel like you can write about it. So this is my question. Is it because you don't think there's anything captivating or interesting enough, or because you don't know how to write about it? Both of those things are issues. Both of those things are issues. But this is the same crowd talking about we shouldn't have humanities. I don't want to take a writing class. I don't want to take this. Look at where we are now. Look at where we are now. So that's the first thing that bothering me is fucking AI. I can't be left alone. I'm seeing it everywhere. A Different World is back on Netflix. It looks like Vaseline was scrubbed on the fucking lens. That's what it looks like, because they want to throw AI into. I can't even watch A Different World. I can't even pretend I'm at an HBCU in the fucking 80s because it looks like Vaseline was put all over the lens. So fuck me then. That's fine. And then, you know, the environment, like, these Studio Ghibli's, I didn't pronounce that word, I don't know, I'm so sorry. Those images are worth the water consumption of AI. Seeing yourself as a fake Barbie doll is worth the water consumption of AI. Ooh, don't think so. And it looks like shit. The AI art looks bad. It looks very bad. Same people. Why do I have to take an art class? Why do I need to learn how to do art? I'm never gonna be an artist. I'm very scared and I'm very frustrated by it because it's getting worse. I was like, oh, this is gonna go away. I should have known better. It hasn't, and it's only gotten worse, and it's only infiltrating my daily life even more and more and more and more and more. Can't take a final because chat is down. Chat is writing your residency application essay. What is Grok? I must move on for my own sanity and safety. The next thing that's bothering me is The Sims. So I did download the new business and hobbies pack. I have been playing with it. I am bringing back my Above the Mabel Let's Play for season 2. Something that is bothering me that I figured out yesterday because I was trying to actually revamp. I was recording the Let's Play for my Patreon and I was trying to revamp their whole bakery. So if a lot is a previously played, you had a retail establishment on that lot, there's a glitch where you can't then if you turn that lot into a small business lot, it won't operate. It just won't operate. It won't let you open it. You will try to open it on the phone, the kiosk, the computer, the sign, it won't work. You in fact gotta bulldoze the whole lot, move them to another lot for the small business pack to work. So that drove me up the wall. Or the other option is some intricate coding thing. What was that software called? Scratch? Is that what it was called? The thing with the little fox? That is Amanda's coding knowledge. No more. No more. That's bothering me. Next thing that's bothering me is you losers who swear up and down that Doechii is all bots. There's no way people like Doechii this much. It has to be somebody's paying for this, paying for that, just because you have no talent and the only reason people would listen to anything you have to say is if you buy a bunch of bots to promote your stuff, does not mean that's the same in Doechii's case. Get over it. Literally, this tweet, I'm gonna put it on the screen, this tweet really summarizing all of my thoughts regarding this, Doechii, all her success, it's bots, oh, she paid for this, oh, she paid for that. World domination is happening, whether y'all like it or not. Move on with your lives. But there are no lives to move on. How interesting is that? Next thing that's bothering me is Mother Nature. I scheduled my silk press 1 month in advance, and it happened to fall on the most humid weekend of the entire year thus far. I can't really be mad at Mother Nature. The plants need water. The trees need water. We need oxygen. I understand that, but I can be frustrated with it coinciding with my first silk press. I can't, not my first silk press ever, but my first silk press of this year. I can be upset at that because I needed a trim. That's why I got the silk press. So that bothered me severely. But I got my trim, all is well, and now I have twist in for me to do a twist out. So that also bothered me. The next thing that bothered me, when was it? Last weekend, I went to Ube Fest in New York City. I enjoy Ube, it's fun, thought it was cute, and I love the color purple. Duh. I mean, there's no purple in this image, but there is a lot of purple in my house. Actually, that is purple. Why did you guys only give them like was that even a full block? It was, we were packed in there like sardines. It was raining. There were banners hanging down. Somebody who was 5'2"'s face would have hit the banners. Everyone was packed in. Lines were out the ass. It was a poorly designed event. I don't know. You know the girls love ube. You know the girls love ube related things. Why do you have everyone sandwiched in to this one? I don't even think it was a square. I don't think it was a block. I think it was less than half a block. That was ridiculous. And then banners hanging. It was raining. The umbrella's got to go up, over, under. It was a fire hazard. It was not safe. Next time, don't do that. Next time, don't do that. Next time, give them more space. The girls love ube. There's no reason to have us packed in there. That was ridiculous. Next up is just tart. Just tart. Like, just tart. Stop trying to make fetch happen, because fetch will never happen. I will never buy a Tarte product. Again, the last Tarte product I ever bought was Tarte Shape Tape, so that should tell you how long ago that was. Stop trying to sell me Tarte. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, and I am going to side-eye you if you try to get me to buy it, especially if you're black. Next up, colleges. So we talked about AI, and I talked about the college students. I talked about y'all who have been failed by every avenue on the planet, who now, because they see no future in the world, everything is bleak, are turning to, have lost all sense of curiosity, creativity. What's the point in doing all this? Let me just have chat do this for me. Let me just have chat do this for me. And you know, we have personal responsibility in that, but I already got on you, and y'all are young, but I implore you guys to find that spark left. I don't know when it left you. I don't know when they took it from you. Find that spark right back. But I'm gonna get on your administrators right now. So we currently have colleges selling out, is selling out the best word? Reporting, handing their students over to what? ICE, SWAT, everything? Aiding and abetting deportations of their students. Aiding and abetting deportations of their professors. That's what we have going on. Can't expect too much from colleges that actively called what, SWAT and the FBI on their students for protesting. That's where we are. That's where we've always been. But that's where we are currently. Let's just all sit in that. Let's just all sit in that. Every time I open my phone, a new person with a visa at a college is now being deported. And the college is like, well, my bad. Oopsie, how could this have happened? Alas. The next person that's bothering me. I don't know if you know this girl Emily on TikTok. You may know her as Pinworms Girl, Hunger Games Girl, recently discovered she's a lesbian girl. Her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, stole her cats. Like, she broke up with him because she realized that she's a lesbian. And then her ex-boyfriend stole her cats in retaliation. That sickens me. That does not surprise me. And that bothers me. I think, I actually have no thoughts, because all of the thoughts are negative and all of the thoughts are unfortunately violent. So I have no thoughts regarding that. I'm really hoping, her name is Emily, right? I'm really hoping that you get your cats back safely. I'm very sorry that this very wicked, devious destructive man tried to take your children took your children from you, and did so to harm you, and did so to attack you and be violent towards you because you discovered a part of yourself. That makes me sick, and I'm very, very sorry that happened to you. So that bothered me. That bothered me significantly. Next up, so over the past 2 weeks, I watched Why Did I Get Married and Why Did I Get Married To for the first time. I don't know the man's name. What is his name? Is his name Mike? Bald. I have never seen a more sinister man on my screen ever, and of course he was in a Tyler Perry movie. I think that I did watch both movies. I watched 1 and 2, and I'm completely surprised that he in fact was still kicking and breathing at the end of the second movie. I cheered so loudly when was her name Sheila, or did I make that up? Clocked him over the head with a bottle. My favorite moment ever. My favorite moment of all time. I got up like I was watching a football game. I was clapping, cheering, hooting, hollering, because I've never witnessed such audacity and such verbal violence and emotional violence on my screen. And of course it came at the hands of Tyler fucking Perry. Drive across the country, get off, I'm gonna berate you in front of the entire plane, and I'm gonna make you drive across the country. But oh, now I want you back, after I realized, oh, that, I don't know what he realized. I don't know what he realized, and then now he has cancer. Can you take care of me? Didn't like that. Didn't like that. I'm not of the belief, like, I'm very against the, like, notion that, like, health issues or like karma for people. I'm very against that issue, because you can't choose health that happens to you. I do think he's going to hell. I do think he's going to hell regardless. So we don't have to use like health issues as karma. We don't have to, because his karma is coming regardless. So the cancer just happened to happen to him, and it has nothing to do with him being a terrible, awful person, because cancer doesn't just happen to terrible, awful people. Speaking of terrible men and Why Did I Get Married and Why Did I Get Married To, Janet Jackson's husband is where he belongs. He is where he belongs. What are you gonna do about it? He is where he belongs, and now she's with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, circa late 2000s. Moving on. Next thing that's bothering me. This group of people have made their way into, I think, like 3/4 of my Everyone Is Bothering Me videos, which is really, you know, perseverance, true, stick it to the cause, true anti-vaxxers. So measles is back. Measles is back in full force. Measles is back in the state of Texas. Is killing children in the state of Texas. Measles is definitely back all over the country at this point because of how measles spreads. I'm finding it. Anti-vaxxers bug me for many reasons. Many reasons. I'm not even gonna talk about the science of it all, because y'all don't care. I'm not gonna talk about the science of it all. What I am gonna talk about is that every anti-vaxxer parent is vaccinated. Every single one. You will have to search for an anti-vaxxer parent who is not vaccinated, who didn't get all the vaccine their child didn't get, that they themselves didn't get. You're gonna be hard pressed to find that. That is one of the, besides the science of it all, besides the whole like herd immunity, besides the whole like community care, besides the whole keeping your kids healthy and safe, behind the whole bringing back eradicated diseases, besides all of that, You are not in danger of getting measles because you had to get the MMR vaccine when you were 1 and 4 or 1 and 3. It's been a while since I did my peds rotation. You had that. That's why you're not going to get measles. That's why you're not going to get measles or mumps or rubella, because you had to get that vaccine, because all of your peers had to get the vaccine. And now you're putting your child's life in danger, and your life's not even in the same kind of danger because you are vaccinated. You didn't have a choice. So guess we're just waiting on what other eradicated disease is going to come back. I'm not excited for that. I also am not prepared for that. I'm not going into pediatrics, but I don't know what measles looks like. I mean, now I do. I don't know what smallpox looks like. I don't know. I know one manifestation of mumps. I don't know the rest because we haven't seen it. I've never seen it on my rotations. I don't know what it looks like. So I'm gonna have to brush up on that, aren't I? I'm gonna have to brush up on these I don't know what polio looks like. Never seen it in person. Read about it, but reading about something and seeing it in real life are two very, very distinct and different things, and we are not prepared. We, as your new generation of healthcare professionals, are not prepared for that. So while you will be completely fine because you had all of those vaccines, your child will not be because of your personal belief. The child has no agency. The child has nothing. The child has nothing besides now sickness. Speaking of, I didn't even write this down. I'm gonna get on family vloggers one more time. I think I've talked about family vloggers in a Everyone is Bothering Me, not sure which one. So I haven't watched any of them, but I've seen there's been a lot of documentaries about family vloggers, about people like vlogging their children. And I assume it's bad things that happen. I haven't watched any of them but I see no positive of vlogging your 18-month-old child. I see no positive of putting your infant toddlers on screen. I see no positive of making TikToks surrounding your literal infant. I see no positive of that. So I can only assume that all of those documentaries are showcasing the bad things that happen when you display your child like a literal Barbie doll to a bunch of strangers. I can only assume parasocial relationships from fucking creeps on the internet fuck up your child's self-image, point of view, personality, and future. Yeah, starting at about 6 months old. I can only assume. I think that it is so interesting how in both of these cases, all of the potential harm and risk is on the child, both with anti-vaxxers and the family vloggers. It's so interesting how the child is getting all of the risk and none of the benefit, absolutely none of the benefit, because I know you guys are using that, and because all of these family vloggers buy new houses, buy new cars, you're not making the money. It's not you. People are tuned in for the kid. So you're spending the kid's money to get you a new house, get you a new car, get you a new RV with bookshelf beds for your kids, and you have a king bed in the back. All of the risk is on the child with absolutely none of the reward. And not to say that like getting the benefit would automatically make the abuse less, like it'd make the abuse better. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it is like financial, monetary gain that the child is entitled to that is no longer there because we have no laws to protect them. All of the risk for the child, all the benefit for the parents. Oh, I get to be a martyr for this anti-vax cause, but it won't be me who's sick in the hospital with measles. I get to parade my 6-month-old around like a literal baby American Girl doll on the internet. It will irreparably damage her self-esteem for the future, but I'm gonna make a lot of money off of it. Don't let me become president. Do not let me become president. Don't. I'm telling you right now, I'm warning you right now, don't let me become president. Family vloggers to jail, to prison even. Next up is vitamins, supplements, cortisol, gut, gummies, all of it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it now. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it now. I want everyone on the internet, we're gonna have a group test. We're gonna have a group test. Everyone on the internet who is selling vitamins, supplements, gummies, whatever the other hell else, I want you to name me 5 hormones. 5 hormones and the pathways that produce the hormone and what the hormone acts on at the intra or extracellular level. Go. I want everyone selling meal plans, high protein this, high protein that, 42 gram, 32 gram, 16 gram, 16 ounce. I want you to show me your nutritionist certification. I love awkward silence. Ask anyone who's ever worked with me. I love awkward silence. I'm not seeing anything, I'm not hearing anything, because I'm never going to hear anything, I'm never going to see anything. We have, you know what, because why would you go to the doctor to potentially get berated at for your weight and your lifestyle choices, which are not your lifestyle choices, things that are genetic and out of your control, when you can go on the internet and order these gummies that are gonna calm your bad gut, irritable gut, inflammation from TikTok shop? Like, why would you do that? Why would you go wait 6 months, however long it takes to see an endocrinologist, a nutritionist, a dietitian, when you can go on TikTok shop and buy unregulated, untested, FDA doesn't even know they exist, gummies to help decrease inflammation in your gut? Why would you do that? And I'm being actually completely dead ass. I'm not being facetious at all, because it is medical professionals also issue that this is happening. It is also our fault that this is happening. It is not fully on the patient. It is not fully on the consumer, because if you make something so inaccessible to a very large population of people, they're of course gonna turn to the easier path of least resistance. Duh. But now I'm gonna get on y'all who are selling these damn gummies. What are in these damn gummies? We don't know. You put these words on it. De-inflammatory. Name me a cytokine. I don't want you to. Like, I literally don't want you to, but now I have to start asking you test questions, because you're selling these shits and you're using these words and you're using these what are those called? Those buzzwords in order to sell a product to people. You are taking advantage of people's mistrust in the medical system. You're taking advantage of people's poor health literacy to sell your product and potentially wreak havoc on their bodies. But you don't care, because that doesn't affect you. What happens down the line when they drink these teas for the next 3 months, it don't matter what happens to their kidneys. That's not going to affect you. The bottom dollar is what actually affects you. Then I'm gonna get on high protein. You know what? Do whatever you want. I can't, but I want you to put the cottage cheese down. Do whatever you want. I want you to put the cottage cheese down. I don't think we need cottage cheese and everything. I don't think we need cottage cheese pretzels. I really don't. If you think they taste good, I love that for you. All power to you, sweetheart. That's amazing. But I think that we can enjoy things without putting cottage cheese in them. I think we can have beverages without taking it looks like cornstarch, all this protein powder, a cup, a literal gallon of protein powder, and saying, this liquid cement tasting liquid. And if it tastes good to you, all power to you. You know, do whatever you gotta do to live your best life. But I'm telling you, if you think you have to do these things in order to achieve or maintain this like fictionalized, idealized version of yourself, I want you to challenge yourself and your thinking and ask why, as you are right now, that is not good enough. Now, of course, there are lots of reasons why people might want to do things with their bodies, and I'm not here to try to like delve into all of those, but I want you to ask yourself like what you're trying to achieve and why you're trying to achieve it. Those two questions, why. The why behind why you're doing what you are can really, even just asking that very simple question to yourself can help alleviate or circumvent, is that the right, circumvent any potential negative consequences or side effects that could happen in the future. And I'm speaking to you as someone who had my MyFitnessPal on my iPod Touch. I had my MyFitnessPal on my iPod Touch. I'm speaking to you from a place of knowledge. Ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? Who am I doing it for? What am I looking to gain? If any of those things have to do with other people, other things, dead it in the water right now. Dead it in the water right now. And stop putting cottage cheese in everything. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. Next up, $10,000 dating coach. I have to be honest, I do not know the full story, and I refuse to learn the full story, because those words like dating coach and the number 10,000 together is not a full story Amanda cares to learn about. Not a full story that I care to learn about personally, nor will I subject my brain, who has suffered through 4 years of medical school, to go through that. I have already had enough mental anguish and torture for a lifetime. I don't need to add, I don't need to piggyback onto that whatsoever. So I will speak to just those words alone. $10,000 is a lot of money. I personally suggest going to Bali, going on a really, really nice trip to Bali or the Maldives or like Turks and Caicos, or like going to like Iceland or something cool, like something like exciting, something fun, like. And I know everyone has different priorities in life, and like for some people, like $10,000 to find like a life coach or a dating coach to like help them find a man might be the thing that like is the most important thing in your life. And I'm not going to tell you to spend your money, but I think you should spend things on yourself and like bettering yourself. Now with that point, because somebody's going to respond back to me and they're going to say, but Amanda, bettering myself involves finding a man. And I'm going to find it. And I'm going to ask you a question back. Where did you get that idea from? Where did you hear that idea from? Who put that idea in your head? Why do you believe it to be true? Has it been proven to you that it's been true? Have you seen evidence of people finding a man and their lives improving and their self-esteem getting better and everything getting better and they're living happier, healthier lives? Have you seen that happen more often than not? Or have you seen the opposite? Now again, I'm not, please, because I know they're coming. I know they're coming. And I don't want no smoke. I don't want to smoke with y'all. I really, really don't. I just like people asking their questions to themselves. I like you challenging yourself. I love to challenge authority. I also challenge myself. Why am I thinking these thoughts? Where did they come from? Is this my own organic thought, or is it somebody else's thought that I've now brought into my head and I think it's my own? Challenge yourself. Where did these ideas come from? Did you come up with them yourself? Why? Why do I feel the need to spend that much money on a dating coach? Now, if you got $10,000 to spare, do whatever you want with that money. If you do not have $10,000 to spare, do not spend $10,000 on a dating coach. But related to again, I don't know the full story, so I'm not saying what I'm talking about next is fully like related to this person. I don't even know who this person is. Like when I make the thumbnail for this video, I'm gonna figure out who this person is for the first time when I make the thumbnail for this video, are worth being tied to relationships in general. I don't have time to get into that. What I will say is that if you're not happy right now, why would a relationship automatically make you happy? If you're not happy right now with yourself, why would getting into a relationship with another person, learning another person's way of life, learning another person's personality, learning another person's like things they do, wow, that automatically make you a happier person? And I'm not of the belief that's like, I'm not of the sort of like advice giving where it's like, oh, if you've never been in a relationship before, like just work on your, like, if you don't need to feel jealous of people in relationships. I understand that because like it's something that you don't know and you don't have never had before, and it's something that you can only idealize if you've never been in it before. And so I don't necessarily fully agree with going towards that route entirely, but especially for somebody who's looking to get into a relationship and have never been in one or have never been in one before, it's very important to understand that it's very easy to idealize something or see something as like the solution to all the issues if you've never experienced that. So yeah, that doesn't mean you aren't correct or right in desiring something that has been idealized and it's in every piece of media ever. It should be ideal. We should all want to amount to getting into a relationship. You didn't come up with that on your own, but because you didn't come up with that on your own, I want you to challenge that idea. And it's way easier said than done. And I don't know if this, I don't know this lady. I will be seeing this person for the very first time when I make the thumbnail of this video. I just don't know if there's a man I've ever met that I would spend $10,000 on to meet. I don't even know if that concept literally exists in this world. But you know, to each their own. Next topic that's bothering me. Why did women even want to work? Why weren't we just happy staying at home and cooking and cleaning? And why can't we just go shopping? And I didn't want to write this down because I don't want to give this anything, but I'm already talking about it, so I already am. We've regressed so far. Zuko, are you okay? Okay. We've regressed so far. Fact. We are regressing further and further every single day. So what I will say, I can't explain to adults, because it's adult. It's not even like teenagers who are saying this nonsense. It's full adults who all have jobs because you need a job to survive in this economy. I can't explain to you what financial independence does for your freedom. I can't explain that to you. I can't. There's no way to explain that to you at all. Like there's no way to explain that to a working adult, why financial independence is something you should want and why you should never tie your financial worth to a partner, and the dangers of tying your financial freedom to your partner, what sort of precarious situations that will potentially put yourself in sooner rather than later. I can't explain that to you. I can't. So I'm going to ask you to talk to your grandmothers. There are people who are alive, who are currently alive, who lived in this world that you are idealizing. Matter of fact, I think, you know, TikTok, I actually think for the betterment of us all, you guys need to put these phones in front of your grandmothers who are still alive and have them share their life story. Have them tell the tale of what life was like when women had no choice. When your finances were entirely tied to your husband, you had no way out. Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're cutesifying. And I admit, I say I'm just a girl like 3 times a day, and that's an issue, and like that's an issue. I I'm guilty. I'm literally guilty. But we're, whoa guys, it's not cute to not read. It's not cute to not have thoughts. It's not cute to not have opinions. That's not cute. That's not girly pop. No. So that's really been bothering me, and I've been seeing more and more of it, and I'm really scared by it, and I'm really taken aback by it, but I really shouldn't be. Next thing, Chris Brown, leave me alone. You see what happens when I listen. This is, I listened to the song Mutt, and I was like, oh, maybe, I'll listen to Leon Thomas's album. I'll give him a little play. Look what happened. See why you can't trust me? Why would you do that? I know why. Everyone loves an abuser. Everyone loves an abuser. That's why Jonathan Majors is on the press tour of a century, trying to convince us all he's not an unemployed abuser. Trying to convince everybody in hope, that he's not an unemployed, dusty abuser. I found it. Going on podcasts, going on a whole victory tour, self-admitted abuser. Even y'all having to wait to hear it from him is ludicrous. He had all of Yale Drama School coming out and saying that man's not right. The woman herself to look at everything he did to me. Y'all said, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't trust it. Y'all don't trust anything. Y'all don't trust anything. What do you trust? Chris Brown. That's who y'all trust. That's who y'all trust. Whatever. Next thing, I just think it's funny. It didn't really bother me, but I thought it was funny. That video of, it was like a pro-lifer trying to argue with some woman on the street and basically rage baiting her, blah, 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 and she got punched in the face. I just thought that was funny. I got a good chuckle. I did get a good chuckle out of that. The idea of, because this is what happens, like this is what rage baiters do. That's what rage bait. You are baiting somebody, you're baiting somebody into rage, wanting to make people angry, wanting to scare people, and you're doing this in the name of unborn children. You're gonna save the children by bullying people into saving the children. That doesn't make any sense. And then when somebody gives you a taste of your own medicine, all of a sudden it's tears. Can I condone violence? Technically, no. But, not but, and moving on. So, next topic. Homophobia never really went away, but this homophobia y'all got going on TikTok, this who's gonna be the boy shit, I don't know what's funny. I don't know how that's funny. I'm not laughing. I don't know how you can go from saying who's gonna be the boy to clock that T clock. I don't know how you can do that. I don't know how it can be who's gonna be the boy, cunt this, give me face, give me purr that, but who's gonna be the boy? That doesn't make any sense. It's pathetic and loserish down. Homophobia is not funny. Homophobic TikTok jokes are also not funny. But this has kind of been the path that we've been going down for a very, very long time. The girls have clocked this for years in advance, that this ironic homophobia, which doesn't even make any sense, is now full-fledged homophobia, and everyone likes to use queer slang, queer lingo, and then in the same breath be like, ew, disgusting. The sassy man apocalypse. So, that bothered me. That bothered me a lot. Those last two things. How you gonna save the children? By bullying people. How you gonna save the children? You're saving the children by rage baiting a stranger in the street. And then you end up getting punched in the face. That's saving the children, these unborn lives you claim to care so much about. All this lingo you didn't create, all this lingo you stole, and you're homophobic? And you're homophobic and you think it's literally funny to be homophobic. It really stinks in here. It really stinks in here. Then lastly, I watched all the Hunger Games movies for the first time recently, and I literally just finished Mockingjay Part 2 like 2 hours ago. I hate Gale. I hate Gale. I hate Gale. I think he is spiteful. I think he is angry, and I think he is very, very, very jobless for somebody who's literally living in a civil war. I think he's incredibly jobless. I deeply resent how much he was in the Mockingjay movie and book. I understand in the book he was in there a lot, but I think we could have done some rewrites to avoid having to see, interact, or hear from Gale ever again. Why is it always about Gale? Why is it always about Gale? Bombs going off, pods, mutts, this, that, but we're back to Gale whining about Peeta. Who cares? Who cares? That is the last person that's been bothering me because I can't stand to see it. You know what? I was gonna say something mean. I was gonna say, how are you the ugly Hemsworth brother and a loser, but I found it and I said it anyway. But anyways, that is what's been bothering Amanda lately. These are so cathartic for me because, you know, you gotta get things out. And it so happens that people like watching me get it out. But I'll summarize by saying, what are my summary points? Lessons to be learned, lessons to be learned, because we can't talk negatively without thinking positively. Absolutely. So first up, question yourself. Question everything around you. If you're not doing that, why aren't you questioning things around you? 2, did that idea come from your own head or come from outside? 3, homophobia is for losers. 4, how you a rage baiter and get mad when rage is baited. 5, Chris Brown, leave me alone. 6, I hate Gale. What is his last name? Hawthorne? I hate Gale Hawthorne. 7, whatever number, ban family vlogging today. Don't let Amanda become president, because that would be one of my like 100 executive orders done in the first hour, is banning family vlogging. What else did I talk about? Men are not worth $10,000. What else did I write down? Homophobia is for losers. Talk to your grandmothers, talk to your mothers who were alive, and who are still alive, who lived in an era, lived in a time where they had no option to have financial freedom from their husbands, and ask them what that was like. Since you don't want to believe the scholars on the internet who speak about this much more eloquently and intelligently than I ever could, and you don't want to read any books, go talk to Grammy, go talk to Mima, if you don't want to read a book and you don't want to listen to the scholars. All right, what else? Stop buying vitamins and supplements from the TikTok market. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's of no help to you. It's of certainly no help to your body. I know it takes a very long time to see a doctor and a medical professional, and when you go, there's no even guarantee that they're going to help you. But the TikTok shop vitamins and supplements are going to do you no better. I also don't recommend, I mean, I can't give you medical advice. I'm not legally allowed to give medical advice until July. So I'll just share a personal thought and opinion. I don't think you should be taking supplements unless you've gotten like blood work to prove you need those supplements, because like supplement, great word, right? Like this thing is supposed to help me. It's supposed to help people who are deficient in, that's why they supplement, to get back to a normal level. If you, there's a lot of bad issues and consequences that can happen from taking supplements that you don't need. Supplements aren't all good, and not everything can be fixed with the gummy. Not everything can be fixed with the gummy. If somebody's saying that this disease can be fixed with the gummy, what do they gain out of it? Back to my first point about challenging everything. What do they gain from it? I think that was it. Get vaccinated. Ban AI. I think that's it. I think that's my summary. I don't want to see any more Studio Ghibli AI images of you. I don't want to see it of the Housewives. I don't think they're funny. I can go watch the Housewives if I wanted to see Nene Leakes talking about a white refrigerator. I literally could go watch that episode right now. I don't need to see the AI recreated version which fucking killed a bunch of dolphins in order to do that. I don't need that. I really don't need that. So yeah, what's one thing that hasn't bothered me lately? The Hunger Games series is very good. Besides Gail being in that book and movie more than PETA, very good. Very, very, very well done. I am going to read now the 2 prequels now. I'm reading them in release order. Because I want to feel what you guys felt. So that hasn't been bothering me. Besides Gail bothering me, otherwise hasn't really been bothering me. Anything else that's been exciting in my life? No, there have been exciting things. They're just personal and I don't feel like talking about them on the internet. But that's everything that's been bothering me over the past couple of weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that was as ridiculous as it sounded. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you had fun. Let me know what's been bothering you. This is a safe space. No bigotry. Not a safe space for that. Never a safe. Oh, so along with the homophobia, transphobia is also loser behavior. And besides, I don't like calling transphobes and homophobes losers, because loser, it doesn't have enough of like, TERFs, get out. Go on somewhere. Go find your own people, because it's not here. It's not here. I've said that many times on my channel, but I'm saying it again because every once in a while someone will sneak in and I have to block you from my channel because of I don't play that shit over here. Get out. Get out. So I just wanted to bring that up again. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out some of my recent videos, they are probably on your screen right now. Check out my Patreon for vlogs, more fun stuff, sim streams, my cats, etc. And we're reading Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry as a book club book for this month. And yeah, please stay safe. You can always put your mask back on if you took it off. Keeping each other safe, community care, you know. We talk a lot about AI destroying our community. You know what else does? Spread of disease. Yeah. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Please stay safe, community care, keeping yourself safe, keeping others safe. We can't talk about AI destroying our water, destroying our environment, if we're also contributing to the health damages of ourselves and our community by not masking. Can't do it. Doesn't make sense. Pretty hypocritical. Pretty hypocritical. Have to say so myself. So if you stop masking, never too late to put the mask back on. If you're still masking, love you down. Thank you for protecting your health and others. But yeah, thank you guys so very much for watching. Here's my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.